All right, so the PTQ is over. Right away, I did not make the cut. I'm a little frustrated, disappointed, mostly because of the way that I didn't make the cut. I mean, it's not like if I would have made the cut, then all of a sudden I'm bowling against 143 of the best bowlers in the world, and the top 36 get paid. So, I mean, we're talking realistically, what kind of chance did I really have at, you know, qualifying for anything or making any money? Slim to none, probably. But the experience of bowling with all of them would have been cool. But at the same time, I did get to bowl with some of them, saw quite a few of them. There was a lot of them watching. So it was a lot of fun. But it was just the way that it happened. I missed 11 or 12 makeable spares today, and they were the ones that really hurt, like having 3 or 4 in a row and then stoning a 9 and then whiffing the 9. Or missing a 7-pin right in the middle of a game when it wasn't going so great to begin with. And then it just, every time that happened, if I had any kind of momentum, it'd take the wind out of my sails. And if I didn't have any momentum, or if it was already going bad, that just made it a whole lot worse. And it turns out that if I'd have made them, then I think I ended up at like minus 50 something, minus 51. And if I'd have made all the makeable spares, I'd have been plus 60, plus 70, which was easily inside the cut. It was, and I was talking to my rep Brett Cooper about this, and it was difficult, but it was not difficult in the way that I expected. I thought it was going to be, you know, big time on shot making and just kind of be more of a grind. The fresh pattern was actually fairly easy. If I wouldn't have missed 3 makeable spares right in the first couple games, I'd have shot 220-ish, 230-ish the first couple games. And then after that, it was, the pattern was heavy enough to where it almost felt like a house shot when you had to move, left, once it actually started burning a little bit and you had to move in. Well, there was so much volume in the middle that you kind of had to, there was volume in the middle, but it was also flat. So it was one of those things where you had to go around the middle to get it down the lane. So you had to get it out. But at the same time, with all that volume, trying to get it back to the pocket was a little tricky. So I thought it was weird. Normally you can kind of get in on a tougher shot, and once the middle's kind of, you know, the oil pushes down a little bit, and then the track burns up a little bit, and you kind of turn it into a house shot. And it doesn't ever really get that easy, but it gets easier. This actually started off the easiest it was going to get, and then it just got harder all day long because, like I said, as you move left, and especially as the heads started to burn, the heads burn faster than anything else, and so you're moving left and moving left, but then you're trying to have to get the ball down the lane and then get it to shape on the back end, and the back ends only got tighter the whole way down, or the whole way through the tournament. And so it was tricky, but in a much different way than I expected. And again, the spares were really my undoing. I think I bowled with Matt Ogle, who ended up being the high finisher at plus 180 something, and it fell off pretty quickly from there. I mean, I'd have been plus 60 or plus 70, that was like 10th, that was, you know, 10th or in the top 10. So it's not, there was a lot of good bowlers there, and it's not like a couple of them, I mean, a couple of them kind of mowed the field, but it wasn't like everybody was shooting lights out and I just couldn't keep up. Just missing spares. That was really the thing, and that's what's really frustrating. Again, now I get to watch the rest of the weekend. I don't have to worry about making it to places on time, and the grind of bowling. The weekend, I get to kind of on my own schedule. I can just hang out and watch, and I can go around and talk to people. So everything's kind of on my own schedule. So it's still going to be a lot of fun. I'm frustrated that I was telling Anthony this. I'm frustrated I didn't make the cut, but I'm not terribly disappointed that I'm not bowling the weekend. So, but I think I'm going to get the best of both worlds. But unfortunately, that's just kind of what happened. I actually started off, as far as equipment usage, I started off with the phase 2 for games 1, 2, and 3. And then once we had to start moving with it being pinned down, and I thought it was because the ball was pinned down, that, you know, when I was moving left, it was getting a little wiggly on the back end. that was everything. And I'm sorry that this camera is shaking a little bit, but I am tired as hell. I don't know if you can see any of it in my face or in my eyes. I am tired, so I'm gonna take a shower and I'm gonna go to bed and probably sleep for like a day. But no, I used the Phase 2 for the first 3 games before I finally figured out I had to switch to something else. I tried the physics for a little while, but again, it was either going left or not making it back up the hill. And then I went really crazy and I went down to the hectic trying to get something through the front part of the lane, but it was the same story pretty well no matter what I used. I ended up going to the intense fire for the last 3 or 4 games, and it was better, but it wasn't great until we had to move really far left. And by that time, you know, it's already a grind. Things are already tough. I'm kind of losing sticks little by little, and then the open frames, you know, 1 or 2 a game was kind of ultimately the dagger, and just really killed me. It was just spares today. That's really what it was, which is pretty unfortunate and pretty frustrating. But at the same time, I got to bowl with some cool people. James Sitters from Australia, talked to him for a little while afterwards. I'll see him more this weekend, but he's a really cool guy. Really fun to talk to and hang out with and just bowl with. And of course, Matt Ogle, watching him kind of mow the field, and then Daria Payuk was very impressive too, because I think she shot 170 or 180 out of the gate. And then just the abilities of some of the better bowlers that you can tell when it gets into grind time or when things get tight, their ability to still make things happen. They get all the easy spares, and then they make that extra 1 or 2 super quality shots a game to capitalize on a strike. And it's not like nobody threw Brooklyn's. There was one game we drew a really rough pair, and she shot 220 or 230 with 3 Brooklyn's in there, but at the same time, every time she threw a Brooklyn, she got up and she pured the next one. So I think I had a Brooklyn double or a Brooklyn turkey or something like that, because it was a challenging pattern. It was going to keep you in. It was going to keep you. I'm so tired I can't even think of the word. Keep you honest. It was going to keep you honest. It was tough enough, but it was the transition that was especially brutal because of everything that. I mean, if you could think of like the worst way for a pattern to transition, that was this. There was some very, very good bowlers that ended up finishing minus 80, minus 90, minus 100. And it was just rough. Anyway, this is getting a little long. This is a little bit longer than I wanted to talk about, but I might do a podcast or something talking about it. I should have more videos coming this week, little snippets. Hopefully I can get little Q&As with some people. I've got this idea to do something called Burning Questions, where I go talk to a pro and ask him just something ridiculous and off the wall, something that's going to make them smile and make them pause for a little bit. So hopefully I'll have some of those up if I can actually bring myself to go talk to some people. But anyway, that's what it was. It was fun. It was frustrating. This weekend I'm looking forward to a lot of fun without the frustrating. But you know, the bowling has never been my thing so much as the pro shop, coaching, things like that. The hamsters just kind of run too much. So it should be nice. It should be fun. I'll keep everybody posted. I'll keep you updated. I'll do some more of these, and that's what I got. So I'm gonna go sleep for a while. Thanks, guys.